Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Elon Musk is CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, has plans to colonize Mars, and thinks AI may turn humans into its pets. But beyond the hype, his enormous net worth, and Twitter presence, here's how Musk's companies are actually taking on industries. Well, in today's video, we will show you the biggest industries disrupted by Elon Musk. Without further ado, let's begin. Number 1. Automotive. By many counts, Tesla Motors has thrived during the COVID-19 crisis. The company, which has been dogged by missed production targets in the past, remained profitable amid the pandemic despite a factory shutdown, is expanding rapidly with plans to build 2 additional factories in Texas and Germany, and saw its stock price quadruple to make it the world's most valuable car maker. Founded in 2003, Tesla is Musk's second project post-PayPal, and still one of his most ambitious. Tesla envisions a future of self-driving cars where the majority of people travel by autonomous Tesla vehicles. It's also a future where car owners seamlessly rent out their vehicles to serve as self-driving cabs while they're not using them. Part of the company's mission is to ramp up the global transition to sustainable energy. However, production problems have plagued the California-based company, causing delivery delays and raising concerns from some Tesla shareholders. The enormity of the hype around Tesla has made the company an attractive target for short sellers, but the bets have lost more than $20 billion this year as Tesla stock has more than quadrupled YTD. Number 2. Aerospace. Leaving humanity as a single-planet species is a surefire path to extinction, according to Musk. The further we explore and settle away from Earth, the more resilient our species becomes in the face of threats like superhuman AI or the depletion of Earth's natural resources. In 2002, Musk founded Space Exploration Technologies Corporation, or SpaceX, with the goal of making humanity multiplanetary. You want to wake up in the morning and think the future is going to be great, and that's what being a spacefaring civilization is all about, per a Musk quote on the SpaceX website. It's about believing in the future and thinking that the future will be better than the past. And I can't think of anything more exciting than going out there and being among the stars. In the summer of 2020, SpaceX became the first commercial company to send 2 NASA astronauts to the International Space Station and back. The mission also marked the first manned launch from US soil since 2011, when NASA ended its space shuttle program. Number 3. Telecommunications. For all the talk of Musk's innovation, his average project seems to revolve around a set formula: find an old idea that failed because of lackluster technology and attack it with some of the world's best engineers. That's exactly how Musk and SpaceX are going after the $400 billion satellite internet industry to provide online access to those in rural, hard-to-reach locations. SpaceX's ambitious $10 billion Starlink project isn't intended to provide high-speed internet to everyone, everywhere, but instead targets the population that terrestrial networks have failed to reach. I want to be clear, it's not like Starlink is some huge threat to telcos, Musk said in a March keynote. In fact, it will help the telcos because Starlink will serve the hardest-to-serve customers that telcos otherwise have trouble dealing with. The idea of beaming internet down from satellites is an old one. Teledesic was founded in the early 90s to build a constellation of satellites that could provide a worldwide network of broadband internet. It and a few other similar companies failed and went bankrupt given the logistical challenge of getting so many satellites into space and maintain low-latency connection. If you are enjoying the video, then make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos just like this. Number 4. Energy. Elon Musk originally suggested the concept of the company that became Solar City to his cousins, Peter and Lyndon Rive, in 2004. Solar City, which creates and sells solar panels and roof tiles, was Musk's first attempt to make solar power mainstream and ubiquitous. The company was at the forefront of the early 2000s solar gold rush. In some ways, it was a failure, but it remains important to understand its trajectory to understand how Musk and Tesla plan to approach renewable energy. Solar City grew to become the country's largest provider of residential solar energy, then suffered some very public financial problems before being purchased by Tesla for $2.6 billion. That 2016 acquisition was controversial, with many observers calling it a thinly veiled bailout, and gave rise to a multi-year shareholder lawsuit, with $2.6 billion in damages at stake, that has yet to be resolved. The concept of Solar City emerged out of a simple realization: the clock was running low on fossil fuels. The need for a replacement was emerging fast. If they start now, as Men's Journal reports Musk telling Linden in 2004, they might rule the market. Coal production has been in a plateau since the late 1990s, as had electricity generation from nuclear. And while some predict a nuclear renaissance in the early 2000s, as of 2004, that had not arrived either. Number 5. Transportation. Transportation by vacuum tube is a centuries-old idea. In 1812, an Englishman named George Medhurst was the first to propose building tunnels underground and shooting passengers and pods through them pneumatically. In 2012, Elon Musk was one of the first to convince people that this vision could be realized. In a white paper, he worked with the SpaceX and Tesla teams to test the idea's feasibility and understand its economics. They wrote that a pod would be able to travel a distance of 30 miles in just 2.5 minutes, cutting a 6-hour trip down to just 30 minutes. And it would only need to cost about $20 USD each way to sustain itself. According to this projection, it would be cheaper than the high-speed rail California was planning to implement at the time. The Hyperloop was envisioned as a form of commercial transportation that was much faster than traditional approaches. Commercial airlines can move passengers at an average speed of 575 miles per hour. The Hyperloop would travel at about 760 miles per hour. This is about double the speed of Japan's planned maglev bullet train, which set a speed record for trains of 374 miles per hour during its 2015 test run. Number 6. Infrastructure/tunneling. The Boring Company, TBC, Musk's solution to soul-destroying traffic. The company aims to construct safe, fast-to-dig, and low-cost transportation, utility, and freight tunnels. The major problem with tunneling is cost. The cost of tunneling typically ranges between $100 million up to $1 billion per mile. TBC said it has reduced this to $10 million per mile. Reducing cost comes down to two things: size and speed. The cost of a tunnel is proportional to the cross-section area of the tunnel. The wider the tunnel you want, the more you have to pay for it. The NYC 2nd Avenue subway tunnel is 23.5 feet wide. A one-lane road tunnel has to be 28 feet wide. The two-lane A86 West Tunnel in Paris, completed in 2011, is 38 feet wide. The Boring Company intends to build tunnels of just 14 feet. This is half the diameter of the current required road tunnel, and leads to approximately 1/4 of the cross-sectional area. Reducing the diameter can save millions of dollars. The majority of space in traditional tunnels is for ventilation of the fumes of combustion engines. The Boring Company's tunnels look much slimmer because they were originally designed to jettison electric cars on skates, catapulting them through the tunnel network at speeds of up to 150 miles per hour. Whether this vision will come to fruition is unclear. Musk tweeted in May of 2019 that he had abandoned the electric skate idea. Instead, the electric vehicles would simply travel autonomously on their own through the tunnel, which some have said undermines the revolutionary public transportation concept that was initially prompted. So guys, let me know down in the comments section below, from which industry Elon Musk generates most of his income. For more interesting content, give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Have a nice day, and I will see you in the next video!